Alrighty. Oh, I gotta refresh your feed, McLeod. There you go. We've got McLeod back. I tried to be cool with some
Hey.
fancy fading stuff, but we're not quite there yet.
Not quite. Oh, we're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting there. So we'll see how it goes. So how is everybody, especially you, McLeod? How are you doing?
I am just about hanging in there.
Yeah, how's the weather over there across the pond?
The weather over in the UK is probably one of the things that we tend to talk about quite a lot because it's always fairly terrible, and it's universally terrible across the UK. So it's a nice sort of like thing to level the playing field on. But yeah, it's fairly terrible, and I mean, if you can kind of see just outside there, like it's nice and sunny, as you can probably tell.
Nice and sunny, sunny. It does. I'm not sure. It looks like trying to look on. He's in on my other screen here, guys. I'm looking. It just looks kind of dark behind you. I
Yes,
got to tell
that's
you.
because it's night.
So being an American, I really don't care about global warming. Bring it on. I don't care because that's the way I am, right?
You've got high
Okay.
mountains. That's why.
Well, because I want to become beachfront property. It is freaking like 63 here in February where I am, and normally there's snow on the ground. So I'm sitting here I'm in the golf shirt today, not in the regular winter T-shirt. I got the classic golf shorts. I'm ready to go. I wanted to
Just
golf rather than
ready
doing
for
the
some
show.
golfing action.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm going tomorrow though before the whiskey gaming show for sure. I'll be out there.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Maybe.
Gonna
Oh,
get a
maybe.
few,
Maybe. I'm gonna get 9 in maybe.
few 9 rounds, nine
9
holes.
holes. 9
Sorry, not
holes.
9 rounds.
Eh,
9 rounds of golf. That would just be insane.
quick hour and a half. It'd be great. But the world will end,
Nice.
and he won't. So Spice and Wolf, America. World will end. I won't be able to run my 10 of 10 blood navels. Wait, they did
Is he
that wrong.
saying
America.
Jesus?
Yes, it's America.
Yeah.
We're like the home of
You're
barbecue.
gonna go around. Well, you're gonna go around and save the motherfucking day, yo. Right?
Well, I don't know. We develop the worst ways to cook food, right? I mean, we slow cook meat with special spices and special wood and make all the smoke we can possibly smoke to smoke it like crazy. We're just bad people. We don't
I,
care.
I, I, I think half of the smoke thing is because it
Mhm.
adds an air of mystery. It's like, you can
Yeah.
hide kind of replacing the meat
Oh,
with actually something that was cooked previously for you.
yeah. So as the ping said, Tranquility is up and running in full force.
Full
and
force.
and we fired up the
Actually,
Pleasant Valley cam for today.
mm,
And
indeed we have.
special thanks to RJ for our new background, which is
All of this.
fantastic. All this is very cool. Up there, right there in the corner, that really cool opening that he gives us there to put the live cam in. It's really cool. It's turning nighttime on Tranquility now, so it'll get a little
Ooh.
dark, and we may hear
So
some
yeah, I think
gunshots and some fighting.
the interesting thing is some of the people who have played H1Z1 who haven't played them for a long time
Hmm.
won't realize that it gets that dark at night.
Yeah, we got a zombie
And
running down the road there.
the other thing is this isn't as dark as it can get. Like when when the mods actually or when the developers actually end up properly putting in weather, it'll be intense.
Oh yeah,
Like you can literally not see. You sometimes you can't see your hand in front of your face almost, or at least it will feel like that.
feel like that. Get some lights on your helmet so people can track you and shoot you.
Yeah. Actually, saying about that, there was a post on H1Z1 Reddit that a few people in the in Imperium didn't actually think would ever be posted, and it was someone requesting that the developers add the recipe for was it the flashlight?
Oh yeah, did they do that?
No,
No.
but
There's flashlights
there's just
everywhere.
that. But there's just that. Well, not really, but like, you know, you always spawn with a flashlight, but like people have almost gotten to the habit of like spawning with a flashlight, throwing the flashlight away because you don't need it, right? And now it turns out that you kind of do now. So people are just instinctively throwing it away and then going, crap, I need a flashlight. Where did I put my flashlight? I can't find it.
Yeah, I noticed.
Just fucking hilarious.
Particularly like the Brazilian players in particular, they use the flashlight a lot. They just do. I don't know why I see them.
I think it's because their country is just a very bright country in general. Like, you know, when I think of Brazil, I don't think dark and, you know, done and sort of like, you know, really tepid colors. I think, you know, serious vibrant colors and brightness, like, and like just, you know, perpetual summer essentially. So like, I mean, that's pretty much what I think of Brazil, yeah, essentially.
Yeah, you know, I think of, you know, hot chicks on the beach and, you know, Brazilians.
This is true. Are you talking about Brazilians the people, or are you talking about Brazilians the particular the particular sort of style of
grooming?
Say
Grooming.
Grooming, yes.
Grooming. Yes. We got Buff Fresh out there in the audience, so we'll give him a shout out. Southside Vike says, "This some sort of talk show?" It is, and Southside, this is a talk show about zombie games, but quite often we'll talk about H1Z1, either King of the Kill or Just Survive. We are the Imperium, so we actually have our own Just Survive server that we moderate, and we try and keep the hackers off as much as we can. We have capability to ban people, so yep. And you can see there's a lot of people showing up. So either they're watching the show and they know where the cam is headed, or they are coming through on a little hunt. Let's see if CVK.
It's interesting to see that more and more people tend to sort of find the camera as the show goes on.
Yeah,
which is kind of interesting to note, because you know they all want to sort of, you know, show their kind of their solidarity for their clan and everything. So
absolutely,
especially with names, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, it's good. It's all good.
Hey, Cold Corpse 07, salute, brother. And yep. So I see you were having a little bit of fun the other night on Tranquility all by yourself, while the rest of us were. Some of us were working, and the rest of us were sleeping and taking our wives out for Valentine's Day. But I was around all morning. It was kind of busy on the server today, so that was good to see.
It's been busy all week. Ooh, it's been pretty mental. It's been pretty crazy.
I was amazed. It's been up for 4 days, right?
Yeah, it's been up for 4 days. You know, with the you know, after the, you know, when the wipe kind of came in. To be completely honest, I was not expecting it to be this popular this quickly. Like queue times, people are complaining about queue times. It's a fact of life. It's just one of those unfortunate kind of things. Queue times haven't been as completely crazy as like when Tranquility was on at its like absolute insane kind of high. But the other kind of thing is that you know, we haven't had keys for a little while to give people who have been, you know, basically, you know, manically trying to get our attention to get keys, and it's just been absolutely insane. Like I kind of feel like if I was able to give everybody who wanted keys a key to Tranquility, it would have been as bad as, you know, queue time wise, it would have been as bad as when Tranquility was at its absolute peak. So I mean, I kind of spared the people who are playing Tranquility right now. I kind of spared you on that one in terms of the queue times, even though queue times at the moment are like pretty bad. Like, I mean, most nights you're, you know, waiting around an hour to 2 hours to get onto the server at its, you know, when it's at its peak kind of thing. Just pretty bad.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
When we do it, it's usually a pretty popular server because there aren't a lot of rules, right? The PvP is in there. Just watch your language, right? Certain words you can't say, and don't
Yeah,
cheat.
just watch your language. Watch your intent with that language. Don't cheat. Don't use glitches to for offensive purposes to kill people, and you should be good.
Yep.
You know.
We had a little bit of a gunfight there. I tried to get a little bit of it. We got a couple shots, but
It's the Brazilians.
yeah, the Brazilians.
Shock horror. It's the Brazilians.
Brazilian groups have always been on our server, and they've always been kind of fun. But
it's odd like that.
Go ahead.
It is odd like that.
What really took me this morning, because I took a big tour, right, of the server, and the number of bases that are so fully built so quickly on the server have really it's really pretty amazing.
It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. Like, and when you think about the fact that like there isn't actually a bug with crowbarring and with getting infinite like materials at the moment. So, it's staggering to think that like the amount of man hours that have been put in order to actually get those things built.
It had to be a ton.
I'm always blown away by the amount of willpower and the amount of like sort of time that people throw into this game. I mean we've got our own who put in a shit ton of time into this game. Obviously there's other groups with larger player numbers and sort of more dedicated kind of people who put in an absolute ton of man hours. Props to you guys.
I checked out the place where we normally put the scrapping base, and the folks who laid down roots there really have a huge base there, even bigger than what we normally do. It's kind of amazing.
Well, that's one of the kind of interesting things, like with the whole kind of changing of how well, I mean, it wasn't a recent change, but like some people who haven't been playing H1Z1 for a while who don't realize that the deck foundations now have like a full-on skirt that goes all the way down to the floor, kind of thing. A lot of people who haven't played that don't realize that, but like that, it opens up a lot more options for people to be able to set up like what we consider to be called scrap bases, which is essentially you kind of surround a car or a series of cars in bases to basically like you essentially like block that particular area off from anyone else getting into it, and then you use those cars to be able to scrap in safety essentially. And it's the way that the relatively new deck foundations means you can do that in a lot more a lot more kind of areas around the map, which is really good.
Hey, I just saw we got a new follower, VoiceBox55. Hey. So thank you for the follow, VoiceBox.
Cheers, buddy.
But I didn't hear the sound on the Muxie thing, so I'm wondering if something's up with the Muxie alert, which is pretty cool, and it didn't say his name. So it's kind of strange.
Oh, okay. We might need to sort that out.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that a little
later. Again.
But yes, so hey, we got some more people coming down the thing, down the road here. The what was it? Yeah, the skirts are a definite change in how you can build bases and surround things, right? I mean, they just give you capabilities that tampers never did, right? Or that you lost with tampers, right? Back in the day when we could just put a tamper down and a car would poke up through the middle of it, right?
Yeah, that is true.
And I saw somebody out there.
I mean, and that to be fair, that change was brought about specifically to combat that specific glitch, because it was rampant. And it's just one of those things where like sometimes developers have to kind of look at it and go, you know what, we can't like sort this out in a slightly different way because someone will just find a way of going through it again. So we need to put together something that deals with the issue holistically, and that's what they did. And you know what, it's had its negatives, it's also had its positives. So
And I did notice we have what they call themselves, the Goon Gang, on there. I saw them
Yeah.
this morning, right? And I was told
They
by Impex D, right? That they were really young kids and things. And I'm sitting there going, really, goons? Come on,
Nah, it's not the goons that you know of.
I know it's not.
It's not Eve goons. So
Yeah.
it might be. There might be maybe one or two kind of something awful goons in there, but I don't know. Like possibly, but like I wouldn't have the ability to be able to figure that one out.
No, and I wouldn't care to. But yeah, just so everybody knows, that is not Goon Swarm in that group, right?
Nope.
So, and I do see some folks in the chat talking about the Brazilians flying around doing things and things of that nature. I haven't seen it yet, right? But know that we do check it out, and we do get online, and we do just watch.
Yep, we do. But like, as I'd like to actually point out to everyone, like watching and playing Tranquility is, we watch what we feel we need to watch. If you guys, if you guys want us watching a particular people or a particular person which is more ideal to us, then let us know. Like, let us know, and try not to spam us about that kind of thing, because like, accusations are accusations, but if you've got legitimate accusations, like with, like, say, sort of accompanying kind of video evidence, or like a photo of someone being in a position or in a situation where they really could not have gotten to in any other way than using hacks or using a glitch, then send it in to us. That way we know. That way we can better prioritize who to watch. Essentially, you guys out there are our eyes and ears.
Seems like I might have triggered some of the goons out there watching the show.
Oh,
I'm 33, I'm 42.
They love being partisan, and they love, well, actually, I mean, to be fair, like, if that's fair enough.
Yeah. So, and by the way, we got a little fight going on here in front of us. Pretty cool. Stop and watch it. Yeah. By the way, I was just saying that that's somebody who was relaying that information to me, right? That's not something that I know. And when I talk about, Scythe is super triggered,
Well, Scythe,
and I didn't mean that negatively to the goons either, right? Because we're happy to have them on the server. But we traditionally, right, we talk about Goon Swarm in EVE Online, and that is really the basis for the Empyrean and things of that nature.
Indeed.
One thing that gets me in H1Z1 is when somebody is running, it sounds like a bug sneaking up on you. Do you get that feeling?
Yeah, the kind of
yeah,
that kind of like weird. Yeah, it's strange. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, they might have to kind of revisit those kind of settings a little bit at some point. It's not exactly the most game breaking thing in the world, like, on the game right now. So like, but
And I just saw that Scythe subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you, Scythe. For those who don't know,
cheers.
If you have Amazon Prime, you can link it up with your Twitch and get Twitch Prime, and you do not have to pay an extra $5 or $4.99 on a monthly basis to subscribe to one channel. So you can hook that up.
You get a channel.
1 month. Sorry.
You get a channel for free, courtesy of Amazon, the great guys at Amazon. But the one caveat to that is that every month you kind of have to mash that button again, because it's not one of those sort of what do they call it, a reoccurring kind of reoccurring payment sort of thing going on. So you have to hit that button every once in a while.
We got a nice little battle going on here.
It is. It's going pretty good.
Who's lagging on stream, Mirage? I'm not sure. Who is it?
Oh no, he's talking about the Brazilians.
Okay. I will tell
It's
you, I watched somebody today in Lone Pine, and I watched them just try and walk from one point to the dumpster. Okay? And I just watched him desync and jitter back and forth like
back and
for
forth and
about
back.
2 minutes. And then finally he was resynced. But yeah, it was a. So they had some issues.
To be fair, to be brutally honest, I do kind of wish that us as moderators could actually see people's pings, because I kind of feel like the kind of the fair play mechanics and stuff that Daybreak have kind of put into the game. They work on a packet loss system, so it's not basically the level of lag that the
Mm-hmm.
person has that you're fighting. It's the level of it's the quality essentially of his connection. So if he's losing packets here, there, and everywhere, because his internet connection goes through, I don't know, like a fucking chalk mine or something like that, or where,
Chuck.
I don't know, just some random bullshit, a salt mine, essentially. Then and his internet connection keeps on getting interrupted every so often and stuff like that. That's where the fair play kind of stuff will come in and lock his weapons, and then root him to the floor and that kind of thing. That's when that kind of happens, but it doesn't really come into play with ping. And it would be really interesting to see how bad the ping is for certain people on this server, because it would really, I think it would put a lot of, I think it would be pretty obvious for a lot of people, but I think it may also sort of reveal some interesting stuff as well. So you never know. I kind of hope they will eventually.
Now we have an interesting fight going on here. It's pretty cool.
We've got some enemies, we've got some CVEs, we've got some ABCs. It's great.
Yeah, and in chat they're talking about the whole server being laggy. One of the things that we have noticed historically with Daybreak stuff is once you get a ton of bases out there, and are you hearing something?
Server slows. No. Like I know what you mean. It's
I'm like, are you saying hurry up, Eric? Let's get him.
No. I know what you kind of mean. Like as the server kind of gets more and more stuff, it slows and slows and. Yeah.
So when I hear somebody saying the barbecues, the bee boxes, the furnaces, the crops, everything is starting to delay, and by the way, we do share that with Daybreak, right? We shoot that over to them and say, hey, whatever we need to do, try and help us. But the more popular your server is, the more objects that the server is checking for cycle times just begins to happen on this game. It's alpha.
I mean,
right?
And I mean, if anything, this is probably one of the best servers to actually test out that, lightweight, base construction, base, elements kind of system that they put into place. Because that lightweight thing is meant to be lightweight on resources, both for, it's.
Yeah, and Mirage. I mean, when you say it's not the bases, very clearly it is the objects in the game. Every object, right? So look at the bases, right? Every wall, every gate, every large shelter, small shelter, every furnace, everything has some sort of timer that it is checking its status, right? Yeah.
Every single element in a base has decay, right? So. Yeah. Every single time the server has to kind of check a whole bunch of things to check to see, how long it's been up there, and remove a little bit of health on each and every single one of them.
And then couple that too. These servers generally sit on top of things like VMware, right? And so there are things that can happen within the stack of VMware, the memory allocation, CPU, and it can all do this, right? So we just share it with Daybreak. There's nothing we can do. We cannot go in there and just restart the server. Or do something.
I wish we could, but we can't.
Yeah.
And as Sai says, it is the Freemasons' fault.
It is. We blame the Brazilians, but they've brought us so much, including the beaches and the Brazilian. So we try to be nice to them.
This is true.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's a great looking game. I look to see, what they fix, what the advancements are. I think, one of the things we encourage Daybreak to do is really start working on some of the optimization stuff. I know it's going on in the background, right? Would you agree, McLeod?
Sorry, say that again. I was being
Some of the
distracted by
optimization that they're trying to do, they are working on it in the background. It's just not ready for release yet, and I'm excited to see how that impacts the servers when they do.
Yeah, some of the optimization is kind of also coupled with the way that they're refactoring a lot of different things. And obviously one of the things that we did showcase, I think it was it last one or the one before, where we were showing some of the bases, like the new base building kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you can bet you can bet that the new base building stuff will be literally thought up and dreamt up and coded from a performance perspective.
Yeah, I would expect to see that as we see
knowing what they know now as to how we build and how people, like to secure their stuff.
Yeah. Wow, it took a long time for that zombie to die after he shot him the last time.
He was shooting that. He was just going pretty ham on that particular zombie.
Oh yeah. So we'll see what's going on. We got people everywhere. It's kind of fun when everybody fights in the street. So, and PV is good for that, right?
PV is great for that, and PV is great for putting up a Pleasant Valley action cam, as it were, because the nice thing about it is we don't end up accidentally sort of streaming somebody's base or anything like that.
Right.
Because that to us is not kosher. That to us is basically going way over the line and showing people basically things that they shouldn't be able to see. So that's why we really like the fact that we can put a cam into places like Cranberry, places like not Wake Hills, but like places like actually we haven't really done a Ranchido one, but I kind of feel like that will play too much into the Brazilians kind of court.
I didn't see that many people up in Ranchido today, so I'm not sure. What we need to do is we need to get a couple feeds so we can switch between the live cams between like Cranberry and PV and stuff like that. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, man. I would be up for that. I'm kind of wondering how people would be, people in the audience would be like. How would you feel about that? Like having like a multicam kind of thing going on. And Gorex, no, this isn't Stronghold. This is Tranquility.
Tranquility. We need to redo our Tranquility video.
Although I kind of feel like he might be taking the mick with that particular smiley. That is a Kappa smiley.
Yeah, no Stronghold here. So yeah, the server's been incredibly popular. It's great. There are going to be more keys. They want to know. VoiceBox wants to know if you're going to get more keys, McLeod.
We will get more keys. I will promise you, we will definitely get more keys. When we'll get them, that is the question. That is the $1 million question. But eventually we will get some. That is for certain.
Yep.
So it's just a question of when, and that's one of the things I literally have no idea on. So, but we are trying. Yeah. I promised you this. We are trying every goddamn day.
Every day. Every day.
Every day.
But we want Cran Cam.
Cran Cam. I might be able to do Crown Cam if you've got the media server up.
I can fire it up. I don't. Let's get the camera back here. Get out of that one. I'll fire up the media server, and we will see what we can do here. Of course, I don't have all the neat, fun props, so you might see some stuff on the fly. Somebody wants unbanned. No.
That's
a very simple answer. There are no unbannings.
Extremely simple answer.
So yeah, you'll hear me typing a little bit because, you know, it's the way it is. It'll be up in a little bit here.
I think I can, yeah.
So yeah, this is called producing the show on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
And we can do it because we've done it 100 times.
Yeah. It just requires certain things to start up, which can be a little bit on the...
yeah. Anyway, here, nobody gets banned for raiding Spank's base because, as we all know, Spanx never has his own base. Eric types like a version master base. That's funny, Scythe. Scythe has had to put up with my typing way too much. So as we do this, I will actually edit our screen offline and then force it out there when we go to Cranberry Cam. We need some chat mods.
Well, I just chat modded. So.
Yes, you did. So, yeah, we let people voice. We'll let people hang themselves. We really don't care.
I don't just have powers in the game, I also have powers on our Twitch as well. So,
yes,
you know, get wrecked.
I got banned for raiding Spank's base. Yeah, right.
No one gets banned for raiding any particular person's base.
No, unless but we might watch and laugh hysterically at it.
Yeah.
I was watching a raid today, and this one sniper had a guy lined up, man, and he fired, and I watched the dirt explode on the other side. He missed, and the guy was just standing still. Yeah. I think VoiceBox has Twitch powers. It's kind of scary. Just not here.
Ooh.
Vaslix? No, you can't.
Vasily? No. Unfortunately not, my friend. He should have thought about that before he, either, opened up hacks and started using them, or, glitched and tried and kill people.
Hey, did you fire up?
You got the... I'm about to send over, yeah.
Oh, you know what? No, we can't right now. You know why?
Why is that?
They closed the firewall port. And we'll go offline if I reopen it.
Yeah.
So next week we promise we'll get some multiple cams up so we can
we'll get some multicam action going on. Yeah, that'd be good.
So yes, so what do we got here? We got about another half an hour left. What are we going to talk about? What are some of the new things you've seen on the server? And by the way, audience out there in chat, you can comment too, and we'll talk about that stuff. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some interesting, unique base designs. I can't exactly say much about any of them because that would just be wholly unfair to the people who have spent toiled for ages and been so creative in how they're approaching base designs nowadays. But like, you guys are creative. You guys are seriously creative, and there's some mind-bending kind of designs out there that make you really wonder what the hell's going on when you actually try and approach and try and take on certain bases in this game on Tranquility. And I've checked them out because certain people have called called things being illegitimate, but I have checked them out and they have been completely legit. So it just requires a bit of patience, bit of thought, bit of scouting, and you'll be able to eventually figure it out and crack it.
The 1K Goon guys, they're funny. I like them.
They love. They're very powerful. I have noticed that 1K and Goon are very partisan in what they do.
Yeah.
So they love.
That's cool.
They love their clans.
And that's what you want on a server. I mean, seriously. I mean, we want clans that.
Yeah, you don't want pacifists. You don't
Yeah,
want pacifists on a server. You want some action. You want some kind of drama.
yeah.
That's what
But
we
but
like.
the people who like their organization, right? And we see this in Eve Online, right? We both play, right?
Hmm.
You know, when you see that in a game and you see a bunch of people that game together and they enjoy playing as a team because you're a team, right? Essentially,
Hmm.
that's only
Yeah,
good for the server itself, but it's also great for your team and growing your team. The challenge that
it
we're
is
going to
great
have
for.
is as some of these guys grow, we're going to need to keep up with the keys. So that'll be a little challenge, but we'll try and help you guys out
Well,
there.
we'll need to keep up with the keys, but I kind of feel like at some point we will get we'll get to a saturation point at some point. Um, and being able like tracking where keys are going now as well is going to be really, really helpful in that.
Yeah.
Um, and chaotic, if I could, I would. That'd be great.
Well, technically, right? There are things that now that Trank is back up and running that we can do, right? Chaotic. If it's something that you guys during the show are doing something interesting and you want one of your cams to be one of the cams we hold, right? We can just have them feed into the media server and take them like any other feed, right? And bounce back and forth.
I mean, we could do like chances are we would probably remove the audio coming through because like that is always a potential area that could kind of land us in trouble as such with Twitch. So we'd probably
But they're
we'd
careful.
probably emit the audio or at least reduce it like quite significantly. But
Yeah.
it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible.
The So voice box, we are very sorry, but we don't have the capability to reset the server. So this isn't like a server that you rent from game servers, right? Where you have a control area that you can sit there and say
Right.
restart the server for everybody, right? We can't do it, right?
The actual control, the control, like actual physical control of the server that we have is actually fairly limited, to be completely honest. I mean, we can try and put a request out to Daybreak to see if they will, but
Mm-hmm.
like, there's no guarantees,
Yeah.
and we've had times where
Whoa,
we've
whoa!
oh, there we go.
Forgot to turn
We've
that
had
ringer off.
ah
Still have a
we've had
landline.
okay. We have had situations where we have like requested them to restart the server, and they have done it fairly promptly. And there's also
Mm-hmm.
been ones where we've asked and it's fallen on deaf ears like several times. So it's just it's kind of luck of the draw. But the only thing that we can do is we can try. So
Yeah, and so in Maxax, right? He says, they can do a 1v1 tournament in their 1v1 area, and I think he's talking about the 1K Goon area. I think in one of their areas. So they have some of the stuff
yeah,
that
they
we've set up right before.
yeah, we inside their base, 'cause, they have kind of shown me a little bit of it before, but like they've got like a little sort of 1v1 or 2v2 kind of little, like it's kind of like
Hmm.
a little arena, a
Nice.
little, is it like one or two deck arena? I think it may be a one deck
Okay.
arena, where they can literally just go out, like have a 1v1 or 2v2s like against
Yeah.
randoms, or put randoms together and just have them go at it, which is awesome.
And we have done things on the stream before, like 1v1,
That kind of
winner
like that.
take
Yeah,
all in certain areas before. So they've got a 2 deck area.
we've. I mean,
We'll,
to be
we'll
completely
talk.
honest, like on streams, we've done throwdowns, like people to come to a certain area and just duel it out and get have the with the potential of getting something like 2-3k of
Yeah.
ammo, which at that time was a hell of a lot. Kind of now is not really, but
Yeah. So they
times
might be
changed,
some
right?
bragging rights, right? But he
Mm.
brings up a great point, right? There are things that we can do as part of this show, right? So,
Yeah.
and by the way, if people want to organize things like that on Trank, like kind of a league type of thing across multiple clans, we can do that. We can even, as mods, probably we could probably build an area for that to happen. But again, you know, we'd have to talk about it. But yeah, that's all cool stuff we love to show on a show.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'd have to talk about it, and there's always that situation where, like, you know, we plan on doing something for this show, and then, like, you know, the night before, someone finds it and just levels it,
Yeah.
kind of thing, like with
Or
explosives.
yeah,
So
and the other thing too is you know, we can pre-record it and run it too. So,
that's also really good. That's also a really you know decent idea
absolutely.
as well.
So yeah,
I
wouldn't be
mean, eventually, fingers crossed, and you know, sort of daybreak, please. We'd love to have like another server to do real proper special events on that we can literally just like, you know, after the event's done, we can just wipe it clean, kind of thing.
absolutely.
That would be the ultimate, but like you know, I kind of feel like we might be being a bit greedy on that one.
Yeah. Well, D&T cats. And by the way, so
Like,
that
God,
comment
we want two.
we went to, and did
What?
we actually formally ask for that? I can't remember, McLeod.
I think we did formally ask for a King of the Kill whitelist server, but
Yes.
at the time that we were kind of requesting it, they weren't actually handing any out to anybody.
Hmm.
So you know, it was basically a case of nah, because we wanted because we wanted to do like championships with that,
Yeah.
like actual paid championships, which would have been really cool.
Yeah, and we
You know,
started.
like prizes like Amazon gift voucher prizes, that kind of thing. You know.
Yeah, just kind of fun things, kind of like leagues, and we started that in Eve with some of the things. We had a whole weekend thing on that, and that was pretty cool. We actually had
Yeah.
announcers and everything. So, oh, the Goon Squad had
Yeah.
a King of the Kill server. That was,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that would be very cool, and it would be kind of cool. So it's something we're talking about, trying to get going. Even another Just Survive server where we could set some things up
Yeah.
and have people go at it. Right, would be cool. But we'll see.
Totally cool.
We'll see as time goes on. It's certainly stuff we're looking at. But for now, I mean, I hope everybody's having a great time on Trank. It looks like everybody's building. I've seen some raids. I've seen some fights. Looks like it's a good time.
Yeah.
So,
And I would like to actually add a little bit of a pitch to the guys kind of watching. Like I'm fairly certain that there's, you know, as we've seen with the with all the awesome partisan kind of you know, sort of banter going on in the chat, that you know, if there's any of you guys out there, like, because I know that there's a lot of you guys out there that are good at like media based stuff. I mean, our intro and our outro essentially was created by ABC
mm-hmm.
Power OG. Um, Great guy, like, and awesome, you know, awesome media kind of content creator. If any of you guys kind of like content creation, like media, kind of that kind of stuff, or even like writing, you know, it doesn't even need to be about H1Z1, it can be about other things, and just want like an outlet for that creation, for that creativity, right? Get in touch with the Imperium News Network, because we're always looking for, you know, new content creators, new writers, new producers. You know, like there's a whole list of people that we kind of that we're looking for essentially, and that also includes streamers as well. We're always like increasing our stream team as well. And if you want to be part of that, then you know, give us a shout. Essentially.
Absolutely. You know, there's tons to do. I have 3 articles I think to write this weekend.
God damn.
Usyk Demofo, he said, "Is that live?" Yes, it is. The big red live in the corner should be a dead giveaway. It is delayed, obviously, a little bit, but it is
Sort of.
essentially live. Yeah, I mean, live with delay, as all live things are. Right.
It's live in the sense that it hasn't been you know, it hasn't been edited. Let's put it that way. It's got a bit of lag to it.
By the way, guys, Vasilik's not getting unbanned. Sorry.
No. Cool.
And if you keep asking for it, you just follow suit. So, but yeah, this is live. This is PV. This is Smedbucks Coffee right there, named after, I guess, Mr. Smedley, John Smedley. So yes.
Yep.
So essentially, and I saw some conversation there about keys. You know, we'll release keys when we get additional keys. This is the Tranquility This is a Tranquility server run by the Imperium. You can always catch us at imperium.news. We have articles about H1Z1 and many other games out there that we play. A lot of us are writers, a lot of us are streamers here on INN. So you can, catch below, you will see the schedule of all the streaming. We'll be back here probably tomorrow for Whiskey Gaming. Probably not with a new cool show background yet. Oh! I just got kicked from the game. So it's not live anymore.
Rip.
So
Your internet connection is terrible.
Well, no, it's just that...
Either that or I don't realise that I've been disconnected as well and the server's restarting. But you never know.
So yeah, we have a live blank picture now. So yeah, I'll just log back in.
I genuinely don't know whether that was actually restarted or not. I don't know.
Failed to start. My app is still running. I love when this happens. It's alpha, boys and girls.
Literally, people get triggered by that.
I believe on a Whiskey Gaming show.
I expect people to get triggered by that particular sentence all the fucking time. And post that you're triggered if you were triggered by that specific quote.
I didn't even hear what you said, so I can't be triggered. I'm gonna trigger Scythe right now.
It's alpha, boys. It's alpha.
Be alpha forever, probably, Spotty. Here's how I trigger Scythe. So right after the show, we are gonna, actually after the meta show, which is after us, because I love the meta show. We're heading out for some Permanente sandwiches, which Scythe can't get, but he is dying for.
I fucking heard you. You calling people out. Fucking triggered.
And there
Eric,
he is.
Eric, I've been shopping for guns all day. You don't even want to start.
Oh, what's the poundage on your trigger?
I have no idea off the top of my head right now. I haven't bought anything yet. I went and hung out with a bunch of ex-Army and Marines, and they were helping me shop for what would fit for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The game is taking its own sweet time to load up, just so you guys know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Bring me a damn sandwich.
Gunnar Jones is saying he got banned for no reason. Let's let him hang himself.
Let's see. Because to be completely honest, all of the people who we have banned, we ban with video evidence. So
I want to attempt to get banned on the server by saying mean things like butts in chat. See how long it takes.
Anime hair's back, yay.
Love all these people asking to be unbanned.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
You're just going to get banned again because you're probably not going to stop cheating or being an asshole.
This is one of those things, and the thing is, I put out a Reddit post saying exactly how Tranquility is changing, and a lot of people kind of may have thought that it was probably just a post sort of begging people to come back onto Trank. In actual fact, when you read it, it really doesn't sound like that at all. It's literally just I'm informing you of this. There you go. Deal with it. It's essentially what it is.
McLeod, I just want to point out, I've been trying to do a service for you. Anytime someone asks for a key, I just tell them there is no key in chat, and no one's listening to me. So I know how you feel.
Is that kind of like sort of Matrix-esque style? There is no spoon.
There is literally no spoon. But yeah,
no spoon.
It's fucking retarded. People won't read. They're literally one of the guys. Someone's on there's like, y'all, we're not reading chat. And he's asked the same question 8 times, and I've answered the question every time because every time I see someone say "Where's the key?" I just immediately type the same thing in. So, what the fuck's wrong with you people?
Hey, Adam H1Z1. By the way, they're not our servers. All whitelist servers are owned and run by Daybreak Games. We have no oversight on them at all. What their power is, what their CPU, memory, anything. So
everyone, don't do this. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm gonna tell you to do
By the
something.
way,
Don't do it.
I can't get it to. I can't get the game to start back up, and we've only got 9 minutes left anyway. I'm just going to leave the game offline. So.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll get you banned. It's just ban time now. So, yep.
It's people just not understanding shit. Like that's the one kind of thing. That's the one thing which I kind of hope that eventually, you know, the people who play the people who play Tranquility and the people who play, you know, just survive, will eventually just, you know, will burn out all of the kind of complete social ineptitude, like socially inept and complete idiots who do play this and think that they can get away with anything and everything just because they can kind of like, just because they feel that they can like negotiate their, like, you know, talk their way out of a paper bag. It's just not gonna happen. Like, you know,
Yeah,
you're talking about a bunch of people who have dealt with the high level metagaming in a MMO that has been running for over 15 years.
Yeah. I mean, if you can deal with the toxicity in Eve,
you think we can break? You think you'll break us from in the toxicity? Nah,
we
I don't think so,
enjoy it. In fact,
we enjoy it. We love it. Like,
I shit you
if
not.
if anything, it's
people. I'm like, why? It's really
spurs
entertaining.
us on. It spurs us on, man. Like, oh my
These
god.
messages in chat are making me
Makes
laugh.
me, it just makes me kind of feel like, it's the banning of people who are such terrible people on this game. It just makes it all the sweeter, you know. So.
Hey, Deezen, you know what? It really doesn't matter anymore why they were banned back then. Anybody banned back then, there was probably video evidence of whatever they did.
And you know the funny thing, because he keeps on going about being arrow rated, right? We made a decision really early on before we banned anybody when we saw that you were able to raid people with arrows. That, like, the reason why we never banned anybody for arrow raiding in any way, shape, or form is because all you had to do was make a bow, make an arrow, and fire at a door. There wasn't any kind of weird, freakish, you know, simultaneous button pressing bullshit that you needed to do in order to do it. It was literally something that someone who was brand new to the game could have tried and gone, oh, it seems to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can't ban people for that. That's literally like game mechanics 101 playing out, and it was Daybreak who fucked that up. I'm not, you know, I was not comfortable with banning anybody in that situation on those terms. So we never banned anybody for arrow raiding, ever. So you can drop the whole arrow raiding thing straight away. And I hope finally you actually figure that one out.
Apparently they don't listen either. This is
it seems like they don't
chat.
listen.
This is almost as good as Jita 4.4. I'm just saying, almost as good as Jita. I sat there in Jita and told people that I wanted to buy all their contracts, and they had just started messaging me on my alts. That's fun.
I mean, this isn't hard to do. We can do it all day. We've got about 5 minutes left. Any last thoughts there on things going on in the server, McLeod, or anything that's going to go on?
I have a question.
Scythe?
Oh, go for it.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Why is the 380 in H1Z1 such a piece of shit? It's a good gun. It's a good caliber. Why is that one a piece of shit? I don't understand. That's all. McLeod, explain to me the meta.
Sorry, say that again.
Shit coding, I don't know.
That shit 380 pistol in H1Z1 is nowhere near as good as the actual 380 pistol.
Did you see the video of
It's because something has to be inaccurate and inept in the game for you to kind of think that you have a chance of killing somebody when you don't. I think that's probably it.
Voice box best answer because it's better as one metal bar. fucking true, man.
Yeah. So just so everybody out there, knows, a lot of new people probably watching the show. We don't take any of this personally, and it really doesn't bother us, right? And what we want to provide is a server that you have fun on, and that's really it. I don't even play the game anymore. I just mod the server, right? That's all I do when I'm there. So I'm not even actively a character playing because I have about 5 other games that I'm trying to play, and I can't play everything. Build a base and have to repair it every single freaking day or every 3 days is becoming a pain in the ass in the game. And I just can't do it.
So. My God.
You live in a cave away from civilization. Just
totally. Like no lights, nothing. I don't even have electricity.
So for those
wonders, the wonders of believing in a deity to get this to you is just insane.
Yes. So in 3 minutes here, we have the meta show coming up with Boat and the Matani.
Talking about all the meta in Eve.
All the meta in Eve, and if you want to see some interesting meta, that certainly is a place to go if you play H1Z1 and you're new to our show. Definitely check out that show because I just laugh hysterically through the whole thing. And when you talk about people who get salty and things like that, you certainly have some conversation about it there sometimes.
Oh yeah,
but not always. Not always, but sometimes. So it's good.
Sometimes the meta in that game can fly so high that like you don't really know quite what's going on until like almost like weeks after. You have to kind of like take a step back and be like, holy shit, that actually happened, and like totally went straight over my head.
They want you to watch a video. Apparently, I'll watch it.
Okay.
I'll watch it. I'll let you know. It's probably garbage.
Well, if it's good, maybe we'll show it on the next show.
Oh my God! What have they done? Is this fucking like Linkin Park or something? Oh, what the hell? All right, y'all need to watch this because they have gone stupid.
Really?
I mean, like an 8 bajillion deck base. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's not their current base, is it? You don't want to.
I don't know.
Deliver that sort of opposite.
Matani says, "Watch it real quick. Hold on. Oh my God.
It could well be. Like, I mean, if you check the date of it,
play it. We'll wait.
Put down then maybe.
Seriously, roll that shit. Let's. It's freaking
He really wants us to play.
Insane. Holy shit! It's one side of the dam is just an entire base. That's it. Like the entire waterway is just one base.
Yep, that's just Scythe. That's the level of base design that people do in these on.
That's overkill. Now. It's completely unnecessary.
It's not overkill if you talk to some certain people about like how much boom that they have. It's not.
I mean, there's this one guy that we won't mention anything. Decided he's just going to lag every server he's on because he'll try and build a bridge from one town to another just made out of base. Sorry.
All right.
But
we're just gonna pop this right up in here, okay, guys?
Yep.
I'm not even gonna. Gonna not? Nope. Can't do it here.
Well, to be fair, it's probably a good thing because bearing in mind that we literally have run out
of time. We'll run it next week. How about that? We will run this during the show next week, and we're gonna let the meta show come right in.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. The meta show is up next. Enjoy.
See ya.